Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly and Crafts. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my December card. First, I have to thank you all for the lapse of cards for November. I was helping a family member and so was unable to put out videos last month. So thank you for returning to my channel. We are going to make this card. It's the last Christmas card of my series, and we're just doing 2 cards this month. Everybody's busy and they're just a quick and simple card for you so that you can get maybe that last minute card off to somebody that you needed to get out. So this card is extremely simple, and this is the inside, the outside, and then our envelope is stamped with our pine sprig. So let me give you some measurements. The card is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and the inside piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And same way with the designer's paper on the outside, it is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have these 2 pieces punched out and our bow. So let's get putting this card together. In your packet, before we go to the packet, this is the stamp set and dies that I am using today. It is from the Classic Christmas, and you will find that on the mini catalog on page 28 and 29 is the suite. So here's one part of it, and here is the other part. We are working primarily with this set here, which is the Classic Bundle. And so let's get started. In your envelope that you received from me, you are going to have obviously the envelope. You will have your base card. You will have the inside piece. You will also have your outside piece. You can use either side. I like the white. You will have a die cut out center. This is for your sentiment, and then your bow. So first we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and the stamps happen to be a polymer stamp. So when we have a polymer stamp like that, we usually stamp on top of something that's got a little push. This is a Stampin' Up! Piercing mat, and the piercing mat's perfect for this, and I just have a scrap piece of paper that I like to stamp all over. So first we're going to do our sentiment, and then we will do our envelope, and here our inside. So we're going to start. We're going to be using our Pebble Path. Let me open that up. I have already put my stamps on my blocks, and let's see if I can stamp this nice and straight. Now I always do things at an angle because for me that's how I get it straight, and I'll try not to bump the camera while I commit to my stamping here. That's a commitment right there. But remember, if you stamp it crooked, it's okay. It came out pretty straight there, so I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm going to do my inside piece and put my sprig on there. I always like to put something on the inside and also something on the outside of my cards. I'll put that to the side. Let's get my envelope done. My envelope. I'm going to put that right there. And then I'll put a sprig across the back here. This is a pretty fast card. That's all the stamping we have for this. Let me close up my ink before I have it on me, which I think I already do have it on me in a couple of spots, but it'll be okay. No worries. So I'll put my envelope aside. I will move my mat over here. And now is pretty much assembly. It's pretty quick and easy. So I will just make sure that this is scored nice. I pre-score them, but I always come through with a bone folder and make it crisp. And let's put our inside in. I do my famous little Z. I don't know why I make a Z, but it seems like the Z works for me the best with the adhesive. So let's put that on the inside of our card. It's roughly 1/8 of an inch all the way around. that's looking pretty straight. I'm going to commit to that. There we go. Let's do our outside. Again, I do that Z pattern using this with the seal. Now you can certainly do this with, I'm going to do it this way. You can certainly do this with glue. I finally learned how to use this adhesive tape rollers, so I'm trying to do that. Now in your packet you will have received this red background piece, and some of the pieces may not be completely poked out. Sometimes it's just a matter of going over it with your fingers, but if that's not working for you, you can certainly take your pick tool and come in here and just pop out these little last what we call schnibbles. So these are the schnibbles that don't always come out, but you want them out so that you've got that lacy effect around. And it just takes a second or two. Some of them come out really clean. When I do the kits, sometimes I don't clean them all because it's time consuming, and for somebody wanting to do this, it's pretty easy. The take your pick tool has got a little brush that goes on the end of it, so you can use it to roll against it to get off the schnibbles. Sometimes these little ones though are just as simple to just come through with your pokey tool. That's the pokey tool, and just take them out with your fingers. The thing you want to make sure you do is don't adhere them to your card. I have done that. That's why I warn about that, because I have done it. And I think, am I there? Oh, one more little guy. Oh, there's always one little hanger on. Okay, why doesn't that one want to pop? Oh, there we go. So, oh, there's still one more. There's always one just hiding around the corner somewhere. They like to stay attached, that's for sure. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let me see, those are all the schnibbles that were on there. Let me just get rid of those real fast. I'll sweep them into my hand and into a dustbin. There we go. And before I adhere this, I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to use my adhesive for this. This is not popped up, this part. We are going to pop up this in just a second to put it on the actual card. And this is roughly about 1/8 of an inch around it too on the edges. Just eyeball it. There we go. And now comes my favorite part. We all know how much I love to put these on, and that is the dimensionals. I get a little bit crazy with them, but that's okay. I like them to stay where they are going. I do a minimum of 5. Some people just put 1 or 2. I get a little bit crazy and do more than that. And then you can take them off with your finger, the little backing pieces like this. Or you can, if you've got your fingers positioned just right, you can just poke it and lift them up this way. The nice thing about this is they're all stacked in a neat pile. Grab them, throw them in your dustbin, and you're done with them. And now we're just going to center this on our card, a little bit down from the top, leaving enough room for a bow, centering it as best we can, and then we're just going to commit. I committed. There we go. And now we need to put our little bow on. I usually put this on with glue dots. So I'm going to take a glue dot. I'm going to put it back here. And now I'm going to put my bow on as close to the center as possible. And here's where I bring in my snips. And I go and just trim this to be what I want it to be. And voila, our card is done. That was a quick, easy card for our first card of December when we're all rushed. I want to thank you all for joining me today. It's always fun to craft with you. And as you can see, they're not perfectly the same. There's a little bit of difference on both of them. But for the most part, they are good. And I hope you have a blessed holiday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.